Did you know that behind the royal guards there are very kind people? Why is the protocol of the royal guards so strict? The British royal guards are an unwavering symbol of discipline, tradition, and solemnity. With their stunning scarlet uniforms and iconic bearskin hats, these guardians represent the historic legacy of the British monarchy. Their ability to remain steadfast and unwavering, even under the pressure of crowds, jokes, and tourist cameras, makes them fascinating and envied figures. However, there are rare and deeply moving occasions when this unchanging image fades for an instant, revealing a more human and emotional side. The Royals Guards are not just ceremonial figures. They are soldiers trained with a level of discipline and professionalism that is impressive. Since their creation in the 17th century, they have been a pillar of the British monarchy, charged with protecting royalty and acting as ambassadors of tradition. Its presence in front of palaces such as Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle not only represents security, but also the continuity of an institution that has endured for centuries. The training of the guards prepares them to face any situation without showing emotions. They are expected to ignore provocations and remain serious, even when faced with pranks or attempts at distraction. This level of stoicism is what makes them so admired, but it is also what turns any out-of-the-ordinary gesture into something extraordinary. The fact that the royal guards rarely interact with the public is what makes these moments so significant. When one of them breaks character to show a gesture of kindness or respect, it is perceived as an authentic and deeply human act. These moments break the barrier between tradition and emotional connection, reminding us that behind the uniform there are people capable of feeling and understanding. Imagine a boy who dreams of being a royal guard and receives a special greeting from one of them, or an older tourist who, after hours of waiting, is recognized with a discreet gesture of courtesy. These small acts have a lasting impact on those who witness them, becoming indelible memories that transcend the moment. The British Royal Guards are one of the most recognizable images of the United Kingdom. Dressed in their scarlet uniforms and bearskin hats, they represent the discipline and stability of a monarchy that has endured for centuries. Their ability to maintain character under any circumstance, whether in the face of jokes, provocations, or unexpected situations, has made them a symbol of respect and professionalism. The Royal Guards date back to the 17th century, when they were established as protectors of British royalty. Since then, they have evolved to become a pillar of royal traditions. Although they are famous for their presence at ceremonies such as the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace, the guards also play a crucial role in protecting members of the royal family. The guards are trained to ignore any distractions, from jokes to attempts to make them laugh. Stoicism and professionalism are essential in your role. Maintaining posture and character, even in emotional situations, is a skill that sets the royal guards apart, but it's also what makes any moment they break that composure so significant. Despite their training and rigidity, there are times when the royal guards briefly break character to show a more human side. These moments are shocking because they break the barrier of tradition, reminding us that behind the uniform there are people with emotions and empathy. During a ceremony at Buckingham Palace, a boy dressed as a little guard repeatedly greeted the guards. One of them, noticing his enthusiasm, tilted his head slightly towards the boy, causing a big smile to appear on his face. This simple gesture became an unforgettable memory for the family. On another occasion, a girl in a wheelchair attended the changing of the guard with her family. To everyone's surprise, one of the guards broke his composure to bow and greet her directly. The family described this gesture as the most special moment of their visit. These moments not only move those who are present, but also go viral on social networks, reaching global audiences. They are powerful reminders that even in rigid, protocol-driven roles, there is room for empathy and human connection. Clips of guards interacting with children or showing kindness in unexpected situations often rack up millions of views, generating positive reactions and admiring comments. People often express their gratitude and admiration for guards, noting their ability to balance professionalism with humanity. These moments inspire others to be more aware of the importance of small acts of kindness in daily life. The moments when the royal guards interact with the public have a lasting impact, especially when they involve children or people with special needs. These interactions not only humanize the guards, but also create lasting memories for those who experience them. A boy with autism attended the changing of the guard and showed obvious enthusiasm toward the guards. One of them noticed the boy and, breaking protocol, offered him a discreet greeting, leaving a lasting impression on the family. During a ceremony, a guard briefly broke character to speak to an older woman celebrating her birthday. This gesture was received with applause from the crowd. These gestures demonstrate that even in the most formal roles, there is room for human connection. The guards' acts of kindness inspire people to look for opportunities to show empathy in their own lives. Despite the rigidity of their role, the royal guards have shown that tradition and humanity can coexist. These moments of connection not only enrich your role, but also strengthen your relationship with the audience. They teach us that discipline and humanity are not mutually exclusive. Their gestures of kindness reinforce the power of empathy even in the most structured contexts. These moments inspire other organizations and institutions to look for ways to combine professionalism with human connection. These simple but meaningful acts remind us that even the smallest gestures can have a big impact on someone's life. The Royal Guards show us that, regardless of the circumstances, there is always room for kindness and respect. The Royal Guards are a living representation of the discipline, solemnity, and tradition of the British monarchy. His commanding presence and ability to maintain character under any circumstances symbolize centuries of stability and professionalism. However, what makes these character break moments truly unique is their rarity. Every time a guard allows himself a gesture of kindness, such as a nod to a child, a greeting to an elderly person, or a spontaneous act of kindness towards someone with special needs, that moment becomes something extraordinary. These moments not only humanize the guards, but also strengthen the bond between them and the public. They remind us that behind every uniform there are real people, with emotions and the ability to transform someone's day with a seemingly small but meaningful gesture. The Royal Guard's acts of kindness reach far further than could be imagined. For those who witness them, especially children and people with special needs, these moments represent much more than an interaction. They are moments that validate, excite, and leave an indelible mark. For parents and families, they are memories that are treasured for a lifetime. In the age of social media, these stories have reached millions of people around the world. Videos of guards greeting a small child, interacting with a curious tourist, or showing respect in unexpected situations go viral, generating a wave of admiration and hope. These clips not only entertain, but also inspire, reminding us of the value of small gestures of kindness. What the Royal Guards teach us is that empathy does not have to be limited by protocols or roles. Even in a context as rigid as theirs, they have shown that it is possible to balance discipline with human connection. These gestures do not diminish the solemnity of his work. On the contrary, they add a layer of meaning that enriches them even more. Furthermore, they inspire us to reflect on our own lives. If they, with all the restrictions their role entails, can find ways to show kindness, we can all look for opportunities to do the same in our daily interactions. Because, in the end, small acts of kindness are what have the power to change the world. Ultimately, these moments where the Royal Guards break character are not only moving, they are also a reminder of what really matters. In a world full of distractions, protocols, and barriers, these acts remind us that true greatness lies not only in following the rules, but in finding ways to connect with others. Kindness is universal, and these gestures inspire us to be better, to value human connections, and to recognize the impact our actions, no matter how small, can have on the lives of others. So, next time you see a Royal Guard, remember that behind their rigid composure is a human heart, ready to shine when you least expect it. Thank you for coming this far. Comment on the word kindness in the comments. If you think that the Royal Guards are good people and only do their job, see you soon.